I'm back for Dusty's ongoing coverage of DreamHack Knockout Atlanta BYOC. I'm with Reck following the elimination against Imperial earlier today. So tough way to end the event against one of the top teams here, but overall you guys played pretty well in your first line event. How are you feeling after that loss against Imperial?
Definitely proud that we got to play Imperial that close. Honestly, the M80 match, I just feel like we came out nerves. I think that was our first land, so I'm just excited what we can show in the future. I think we proved that we can play decent CS, we can be in the mix and prove ourselves, so bright future.
And obviously that best showing for you was on Dust 2 map 1 against Imperial, ultimately losing it 13-11. The big takeaway from Dust 2 that you guys had a lot of momentum there. You know, you were not able to come back and try and force overtime, and then you drop it, but overall a good showing. Going to Mnmzzz less competitive. Why do you think Mnmzzz was less competitive?
Yeah, I think it just comes down to the work we put in. So Dust 2 has definitely been a little bit of our focus. We obviously practice Mnmzzz, so I think Mnmzzz is more of a scrimming map and a reaction map. So you have to play faster, and sometimes we were just out of pace, sometimes we were in the wrong spots, and that happens right now for us.
And this marks the conclusion of your first 2 months of SportsBet. How do you think your time's been with the team so far?
Yeah, it's been amazing, honestly. This owner came to me and had this opportunity given to me, and we've just been trying to use it, the best of it. We put some cool players together and trying to make the best do right now. It's been a really good experience so far.
And your joining SportsBetExpert came after you were cut from M80, of course. What can you tell us about what happened there, and your time in M80?
Yeah, I guess the best way I've summed it up is M80 was my potential, wasn't reached, but I learned a lot during M80. The guys on M80 helped me, all my boys still, so a good experience, but I want to prove I can do more, for sure.
Now, coming into SportsBetExpert, there's some of an experience gap between you. You know, somebody's been international lands and maybe some of the younger guys here, especially Reck and Samantha. Do you think there's a lot of work to done to bring those guys up to your level?
Yeah and no. I think it's honestly about the reps. So the more and more we'll play, the more we review and actually try to learn, then it's just progression right there. And honestly, at the rate we're going, we're looking pretty good. We've been talking a lot, and we actually fixed mistakes. We're focusing on what I think is the right thing, so it seems like the right direction.
Now, with your team being so new, you had 0 VRS wins for a while there, having to kind of grind through advance, play those elite cups, you know, a lot of lower level events. Was that frustrating for you, kind of at the start from a 0, you know, from complete 0 on a team?
I don't think so, just because of how our team is. It's a puck team, so we kind of knew we were going to have to start from bottom and build up, and that's kind of our progression. And the more we play, I think the better we get. So.
You are gaining a good amount of VRS points in our league, the Westfield School Master Series. How do you feel your team's done in that event so far? Of course, you made playoffs, and then later today you're thinking about take part in the quarterfinals.
Yeah, if I'm being bluntly honest, I just don't think we have a lot of consistency right now, so we're kind of taking it match to match, but honestly the performance has been good. We're winning the games we need to win. I think we had like 1 or 2 upsets so far, and it happened, so it's looking pretty good so far. I'm proud of it.
Now looking towards that match, you're going to be playing Take Flight at 8 p.m. tonight. I don't know when this recording is going to come out, but how do you feel about that showdown versus Take Flight?
I believe it was pretty easy last time. We're going to review, do our thing, talk, and feel pretty confident, especially after that Imperial game, right? So.
And then looking forward to the rest of the event, should you win against Take Flight tonight, you'll be facing off against Voca, formerly known as Getting Info. That's a pretty strong team there, you know, a team that I think is kind of a landmine for some of these newer teams, some of these smaller teams. How do you feel about that confrontation?
Yeah, I think the team is just really good individuals, and they might not play really well together, but you can see the teamwork, so we're just going to have to come out shooting and playing better CS than them. That's all it comes down to.
And then finally, so in round 1 of this event, you played against Mars, where that was a one-sided, I think, smackdown for you guys. If you do make it all the way to the grand finals, you'll be playing them again, what's the plan to sort of come back stronger against them?
Honestly, the same thing as I said, so we're going to review these matches and just really try to focus on what's causing the issues in our rounds and why we can't play good rounds together, and so far we've been doing that, and we just got to keep doing that.
And then finally, you know, you're one of a few teams right now in the scene that doesn't have a coach. Is that something you guys are looking for?
Potentially in the future, definitely.
Like I said earlier, you guys have been struggling with not getting any breaks because of having no VRS points. Winning against Take Flight, you'll gain like 150 points. You've gained some points here. Do you think the team's going to be able to hit their stride once they start getting invites to events like ESL Challenger League?
Yeah, definitely. It's just a higher league, so we're going to get more reps. But the way it's looking right now, we just can. I think we can beat any team if we just play really, really good. CS2 is all about teamwork, in my opinion, and we just want to prove that. So, yeah.
All right, that's Reck from SportsBetExpert. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.